Hello everybody, Nitto here back in another video. All of the tennis fans on the world, it is time to preview the ATP Nitto Finals 2025 between world number 1 Carlos Alcaraz versus the world number 2 Jannik Sinner. The alpha hannas of tennis, the super forces of tennis, the two dominant players of tennis who have dominated the tennis seasons the last 2 years, 2024 and 2025. It is time, baby. It is down to business. Let's get down to business and preview and talk about this final. Are we surprised that they are here? Absolutely not. I had him going to these finals. I had both these guys going to these finals, and they are here, baby. We all knew that they will be in this final. They are on the 7th floor. Like I told you guys earlier today when I did a video and talked about the semifinals, who will win those. We all knew who will win them. We just didn't know how many games they will lose. Sinner lost 7 games in his match against Divinauer. Alcaraz lost 6 games in his match against Phoenix. And now they are in the finals. And this is how it should be. They have won the biggest titles in this tennis season 2025. They have both won 2 Grand Slam titles each. Sinner won the Australian Open, Alcaraz won French Open, Sinner won Wimbledon, Alcaraz won US Open. They won the last 8 Grand Slam titles together. They won 4 Grand Slam titles together in 2024. They won 4 Grand Slam titles together in 2025. And now they are in these ATP Tour Finals in Turin and will face each other for the first time. They actually have never faced each other in ATP Tour Finals in Turin. They have never faced each other. And now they will face each other for the first time. And they will do it in the final, exactly like we all expect them to do. In the semifinals, it was never a discussion. Let's talk about the Sinner-Divinauer match. It was not a matter of who will win. It was a matter of how many games Sinner will lose, which was 7. He won the first set 7-5. He won the second set 6-2. Sinner was just a really good. Sinner was untouchable on serve. Sinner does 7 aces, 0 double faults, landed 75% first serve sin, won 84% behind his first serve, won 47% behind his second serve, broke Divinauer's serve 3 times out of 13 breakpoint opportunities that he had the entire match, did 29 winners, 22 unforced errors, so he does 7 more winners and unforced errors. Divinauer did 8 aces, 2 double faults, landed only 52% first serve sin, which is too little to have a chance against Sinner. Won 63% on his first serve, won 45% on his second serve, created 4 breakpoint opportunities, didn't convert in any of them, and does 21 winners and 26 unforced errors, 5 more unforced errors than winners. And hasta la vista, baby, Divinauer was knocked out in straight sets. It was a decent performance from Divinauer, but the head-to-head doesn't lie. It was 12-0 to Sinner in the head-to-head before this match, and we all knew that after this match was over, it will be 13-0 to Sinner and not 12-1. I personally believe that this head-to-head between Sinner and Divinauer will be the worst in tennis history. It will even be this head-to-head will be even worse than the head-to-head between Djokovic and Monfils, where Djokovic leads 20-0 over Monfils. Monfils at least had some close matches against Djokovic, and in one of the matches he actually had a match point. I believe it was one match in Dubai where actually Monfils had a match point to get his first ever victory against Djokovic. Divinauer has never been close to defeat Sinner and will never be. The other semifinal was between Alcaraz and Filias Yalasime. It was a straight set victory for Alcaraz, 6-2, 6-4. Alcaraz does 5 aces, 1 double fault, landed 75% first serve sin, won 82% behind his first serve, won 54% behind his second serve, did broke Felix serve 3 times out of 8 break point tournaments that he had. Did unbelievably 25 winners and only 10 unforced errors, which makes it to 15 more winners than unforced errors. Only in the first set, he was just a beast mode, Alcaraz. He was really good in the second set as well, but in the first set, he was beast mode. He really pushed that beast mode button and said to Felix Lasime, you know what? You will not stop me for going to the first ATP Tour finals in my career. Djokovic did stop me 2 years ago with an unbelievable great performance. He just completely killed me. You are not any Djokovic. You will not stop me. Get out of here. I'm pushing that beast mode button, and I'm giving you, I'm giving you a beat down. And Alcaraz really did that, especially in the first set, where he did 13 winners and only 2 unforced errors in the first set. So it was beast mode Alcaraz in that first set. My tennis friends all around the world. And in the second set, Alcaraz played. He didn't play it quite as flawless like he did in the first set, which is really difficult to do. It was because in the first set he was just outrageous good. In the second set he did 12 winners and 8 unforced errors. So he does more unforced errors in the second set, especially from his backhand side. He did more unforced errors in that second set. But all in all, a really good performance from Alcaraz. Superior performance, even I should even say, with 25 winners and 10 unforced errors. That is really, really good. And like I said, he broke FA serve 3 times out of 8 break opportunities that he had in the entire match. FA's numbers: 5 aces, 1 double fault, landed 72% first serve sin, which was really good. I'm sorry, no, I mean he landed 75%. 75% first serve sin, which was really good. He landed really high percentage of first serve sin. FAA, he landed a little more first serve sin than Alcaraz. Alcaraz landed 72. Alcaraz landed 75% first serve sin. Alcaraz. So FA landed 72% first serve sin. So FA landed also high percentage of first serves. Not as high as Alcaraz, but it was high. 72% first serve sin. It is not bad. And he won 59% against his first serve, which is not bad. Not 59, it's not good, to be quite honest. Every time you are under 60% in winning point behind your first serve, it is not really, really good. So, but it is all credit to Alcaraz, who is such a superior player and who doesn't give his opponent a great rhythm, and who is such a good defender. He's a speed demon, Alcaraz, to say the least. So 59% he won behind his first serve, FA. And won 56% in his second serve. So he won actually more points than Alcaraz behind his second serve. Alcaraz won 54%, FA won 56% behind his second serve. And FA all in all won. FA all in all didn't break Alcaraz serve one single time in the entire match. He actually created only one break push opportunity in the entire match and didn't convert that only one break push opportunity that he had the entire match. And all in all, FA did 15 winners and 20 unforced errors. 5 more unforced errors than winners. All right, there you have the semi-final matches. Now let's talk about the final. Let's talk about this blockbuster match between Carlos Alcaraz versus Jannik Sinner. The match that we all was waiting for. The match that we all was expecting these two beasts to face each other. All right, what can we expect from this final tomorrow, and who do I believe will prevail this one? All right, this is the $1 million question, my tennis friends all around the world. This is not an easy preview. This is not an easy prediction. This is not an easy call. All right, let's talk about Jannik Sinner and what kind of a performance and what kind of a years he has done the last 2 years from 2024. From 2024, Jannik Sinner, he is 132-5 against players who are not named Carlos Alcaraz. He has won 132 matches, counting the Divinauer victory earlier today, and lost only 5. I can tell you who those 5 players he has lost against the last 2 years. Let's talk about 2024, the 3 players he lost against who are not named Alcaraz, all right? I'm not speaking about Alcaraz now. Let's take Alcaraz's name out of the picture. All right. Tsitsipas, Medvedev, Rublev. It was these 3 players Jannik Sinner lost against last year, 2024. Out of 6 losses in total he had last year, 2024. 2025, it is against 2 players that Jannik Sinner has lost who are not named Carlos Alcaraz. Alexander Bublik and Griekspoor. All right. The match against Griekspoor in Shanghai, he lost it. Of course, it is counted as a loss, but we all know that he cramped in that 3rd set and was forced to pull out the match. So that he never finished that match, but it is a loss nevertheless. So it is against these 5 players he has lost. So he has won 132 matches and lost only 5 matches these last 2 years. So Jannik Sinner against the entire tour that are not named Carlos Alcaraz is 132-5. This year Jannik Sinner has lost 6 matches. Exactly like he did last year also, he lost 6 matches. Let's see if Jannik Sinner will also finish this year, 2025, with 6 losses. He has 1 match left before he finishes this year. All right. If we take Carlos Alcaraz into context here, what has Jannik Sinner done against Carlos Alcaraz since 2024? He has lost 7 out of the last 8 matches against the Spaniard. He lost 3 matches last year out of 3 meetings, so he didn't defeat Carlos Alcaraz one single time last year. Like I said, he lost 6 matches last year, Jannik Sinner, and 3 of them was against Carlos Alcaraz. The other 3 losses I just mentioned. This year, 2025, he has faced Carlos Alcaraz 5 times, and he has lost 4 out of 5 meetings against him. The only victory he has against Carlos Alcaraz this year is in that Wimbledon final. I know that he defeated him in the Six Kings Slam as well. That victory I don't count. Even though Carlos Alcaraz has played that final against Jannik Sinner in Saudi Arabia to win it because of the high prize money that is there. But it doesn't count in the head-to-head. So when we see the head-to-head, that victory from Sinner against Carlos Alcaraz in Saudi Arabia, it is not recorded. But I know that Carlos Alcaraz played that final to win it. Nevertheless, it is not counted in the head-to-head. So, out of the last 8 meetings between these 2 superstars, Carlos Alcaraz has won 7 of them. He defeated Sinner 3 times last year, and he has defeated Sinner 4 times this year out of 5 meetings. So this year, the head-to-head between these 2 is 4-1 to Carlos Alcaraz's favor. What does this show to us? This shows to us that Sinner is really, really good. He's superior against the entire tour. He owns the tour more or less. He owns the tour. He really does. All right? He barely is not losing against anybody else besides Carlos Alcaraz. But when he faces the beast, Carlos Alcaraz, because Carlos Alcaraz, He's not a basement player. A la Felix, a la Diminaur, a la Musetti. Thank you for that, Michael. It was a great comment. I really loved it. Carlos Alcaraz is not a basement player. He's on the 7th floor. Is Sinner on the 7th floor? Yeah, he is against the entire tour. Sinner is not on the 7th floor against Carlos. Sinner is probably in the 5th or 6th floor against Carlos. Not in the 7th floor when he faces Carlos. Sinner is on the 7th floor when he faces everybody else in the world. Sinner is not in the 7th floor when he faces Carlos Alcaraz. Yes, tennis players are like buildings. Carlos is on the 7th floor, together with Sinner. Besides when they face each other. When they face each other, then Carlos and Sinner are not on the 7th floor. Then, according to me, Carlos is in the 7th floor, Sinner is in the 6th floor. Then we have Djokovic, who is on the 3rd floor. Then we have Zverev, who is in the 1st floor. Fritz, Zverev is in the 1st floor. Zverev is in the 2nd floor. Fritz probably is in the 1st floor. After all, Fritz has won a Masters title before, Indian Wells. He has been in a couple of big finals, like the US Open final last year, and like the ATP Tour finals as well last year. And we all know that and we all know that Zverev has been in 3 Grand Slam finals. So it is pretty fair to have Zverev in the 2nd floor, Fritz in the 1st floor. Players like Musetti, Diminaur, Felix Alcaraz, who has never won a Masters 1000 title, they are in the basement. They really are in the basement. They are not even on the floors. They don't deserve to be in the 1st floor, 2nd floor, 3rd floor, 4th floor, 5th floor, 6th floor, let alone where Carlos and Sinner are in the 7th floor. So players like Musetti, Diminaur, and Felix Alcaraz, they are in the basement. All right. So, what does this mean? This means that Jannik Sinner fears Carlos Alcaraz tremendously much. We all know that. He knows that when I face this dude, he has my number. He really has. But it is a big difference now. The difference is that Jannik Sinner has improved his serve tremendously. In the US Open final, last time they faced each other, he landed 48% first serve sin, Jannik Sinner. 48. In this tournament, in 4 matches, in his first match, he landed 71% first serve sin, Jannik Sinner. In his second match, he landed 71%. In his third match, he landed 75% first serve sin. In his 4th match in the semifinals against Diminaur, he landed 75% first serve sin. I have never seen Jannik Sinner land this high percentage of first serves. So he has obviously worked a lot with his first serve percentages, because I have never seen him land this high percentage of first serves. Never. He always used to average between 58 to 64% first serves. So he has really improved that first serve percentage with 10 to 12%. And this will give Carlos Alcaraz troubles. It will do, because Jannik Sinner is extremely difficult to break these days. He has not lost his serve one single time in 4 matches here in ATP Tour finals. He has faced 12 breakpoint opportunities against him. He has saved all of them. In his first match against Felix Alcaraz, he didn't face one single breakpoint opportunity. In his second match against Zverev, he faced 7. He saved all of them. In his third match against Ben Shelton, he faced only 1. He saved that only 1 breakpoint opportunity against him. And in the semifinal match against Diminaur, he faced 4 breakpoint opportunities against him. He saved all of them. So that makes it to 12 breakpoint opportunities that Sinner has faced against him in 4 matches, and he has saved all of them. So he has not dropped his serve one single time in 4 matches. Carlos Alcaraz has dropped his serve 3 times in 4 matches. 2 times against Diminaur in the round-robin stage. and one time against Taylor Fritz. All right. And he has dropped one set in 4 matches, Carlos Alcaraz, which was against Taylor Fritz. Sinner has not dropped one single set. So Sinner is trying to do what he did last year, to win this ATP Tour Finals without dropping one single set. That was exactly what he did last year. He didn't drop one single set in 5 matches in the 2024 edition, when he won this tournament for the first time. So obviously Sinner is really, really difficult to break, and he has not lost his serve one single time in 4 matches. But, so, will this continue for Sinner? Will he continue to be unbreakable, even in the final? No, I don't think so. Do you know why? Because he's facing his kryptonite. His kryptonite is Carlos Alcaraz. Carlos Alcaraz is not a basement player a la Felix Auger-Aliassime, a la de Minaur. Carlos Alcaraz is a 7th floor player, and Sinner bloody well knows it. Sinner will go into this final with higher confidence than he did in the US Open, because he knows that, look, I will not land 50-55% first serve sin like I have done many times against Carlos Alcaraz. And last time I faced him in that US Open final, I landed only 48% first serve sin. So he has obviously worked a lot with his serve. But Carlos is not de Minaur, Felix Auger-Aliassime, those players are not fast as Carlos, they are not as powerful as Carlos, they don't have versatility as Carlos, they don't have returns as Carlos. So Carlos is just a beast, for God's sakes. Look at the guy, especially from his forehand side, especially with his returns. He just takes so much time away from you. He suffocates you on the court. All the other 4 opponents that Sinner has faced in this tournament, Felix, Zverev, Shelton, and de Minaur, they are more or less basement players or 1st or 2nd floor players. They don't suffocate Jannik Sinner like Carlos Alcaraz will do in the final. Yeah, Sinner is probably the slightest favorite here. He is, after all, in a 30-match winning streak indoors. He has not lost an indoor tennis match in exactly 2 years. Last time he did that was against Novak Djokovic 2 years ago, in that 2023 final in straight sets. So he obviously is extremely difficult to defeat. And with his serve that he has improved to land over 70% first serve sin, like he has done in all his 4 matches this tournament, you know, it is difficult taking his teeth into his service games. And if this was not enough, when the rally is on, he barely misses any shot. So it is a Mount Everest mountain Carlos Alcaraz has here against Jannik Sinner. But I know one thing with Carlos. I know that Carlos Alcaraz is just a beast. He also is a good server. His serve plus game is, according to me, better than Sinner's. When Carlos lands his serve, his 3rd shot quality is just outrageous. He can put away the ball better than Sinner can do. I believe that Sinner's backhand is better than Carlos, but not crazy much better. Slightly better. Carlos can do sometimes errors with that shot, which we saw in that 2nd set against Felix Auger-Aliassime in this semifinal. But Carlos Alcaraz has such a good serve, both first serve and second serve. So when Sinner will land, when Sinner will return, it requires exceptionally good depth from Sinner's returns. If he doesn't have great depth, the point is over. Of course, Sinner can make this happen, and he can return with great depth, but it will not be easy. These fast conditions help Sinner's game. It makes Sinner's serve even more unbreakable, but it also helps Carlos' game as well. it makes also Carlos' serve very difficult to break. Yeah, Carlos has lost more service games than Sinner in this tournament. Like I said, Carlos has dropped his serve 3 times. But everything changes when these two guys face. First of all, Carlos Alcaraz, he knows he needs to raise his level. We saw beast mode Carlos Alcaraz in the semifinals with Felix Garcia, especially in the first set. Carlos Alcaraz will raise his level even more in the final. He knows that it is required. Everything else, he will be beaten. He will lose. He knows that going into this final, I need my A+ game, especially in this indoors game. Especially because if I can see that Sinner has improved his serve tremendously in only 2 months, since September when they faced each other for the last time in an official match. I know that they faced each other also in Saudi Arabia. Sinner won that match in straight sets. All right? So, most likely Sinner is the slightest favorite here, according to betting odds. I have not watched, but I guess that he's the slightest favorite here. And Sinner can win this match, and who will be surprised if he wins it? Nobody. Nobody. Of course not. For God's sakes. The dude is in a 30-match winning streak indoors. He has not lost an indoor tennis match in 2 years. So, it is pretty obvious that if Sinner wins it, nobody will be surprised. Not at all. Not slightly surprised. But I have the feeling, I'm going with my guts here. The head-to-head is not lying. 7 out of last 8 meetings, Carlos has won. All right. 4 out of 5 meeting this year, Carlos has won. Carlos is 4-1 against Sinner in the head-to-head this year. Carlos lost 3-0 against Sinner last year. Carlos is playing good tennis. It is not like Carlos is coming to this final with bad tennis. No, he has dropped only 1 set in 4 matches. He has dropped his serve only 3 times in 4 matches. Sinner has had 12 breakpoint opportunities against him. Every player has created breakpoint opportunities against him. Only Felix Lasime didn't create 1 single breakpoint opportunity against Sinner in the round robin stage in the first match. All the other 3, Zverev, Shelton, and de Minaur, all those 3 players have created breakpoint opportunities against Sinner. Neither of them was able to convert and break Sinner's serve for the first time in this tournament. I think that Carlos Alcaraz will be the player who will break Sinner's serve for the first time in this tournament. I don't think that Sinner will go unbreakable in the final as well, like he has done in all his 4 matches this year. Carlos Alcaraz is just too good of a player, too powerful of a player, too fast of a player, too versatile of a player to go into this final and lose without breaking Sinner's serve 1 single time. Maybe I will be wrong. I don't know. But I believe Carlos will win this match. I am changing my pick exactly like I did before the US Open final. I picked Sinner to win the US Open title before the event started. Just before the final, I picked Carlos to win that final. But I'm doing that this time with less confidence. I really am doing that because in that US Open final, before the final, Sinner didn't look as ruthless and especially was not serving as good coming into that final like he's doing coming into this final. And also because this is an indoor tournament and Sinner's serve Sinner's that he has improved his serve is making me much less confident in Carlos winning this final. Much less confident. So I think this will be a very, very tight battle, and I will give Carlos Alcaraz my slightest edge. I will say Carlos Alcaraz 51% winning chances and Jannik Sinner 49% winning chances, and I will say that Carlos Alcaraz will win this final in 3 sets. I think that both of these 2 players will split the first 2 sets. I don't know who will win the first and second, but I think that both of these 2 players will win the first 2 sets. And then in the final deciding set, I think that Carlos Alcaraz will be the player who will prevail. And also, Carlos Alcaraz is stronger physically than Jannik Sinner. If this match goes over 2 hours, this is not a best of 5 set match, so the chances that this match will go over 3 hours are not high. But even if the match goes 2.5 hours, I think that Carlos Alcaraz is a stronger physical player than Jannik Sinner. I've seen Jannik Sinner tired many times. I've never seen Carlos Alcaraz tired. Ever. I've never seen this super Spaniard tired. Anyway, this video is becoming really long. I will say Carlos Alcaraz will win this final tomorrow in 3 sets. I'm changing my pick like I did in US Open, and I'm doing that this time around as well. And let's see if I will be right or if I will be wrong. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, see you next time. Peace.